Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Michelle Fondin and I'm the author of Heal Yourself, A Return to Wholeness, the integration of body, mind, soul, and spirit. I'm also the author of Twin Flame Romance, The Journey to Unconditional Love. All of my books are available in paperback, Kindle, and Audible books. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for subscribing below. Click on that bell, scroll up to all for all notifications, and thank you for giving the video a thumbs up. I do readings, 30, 60, and 90-minute readings, Twin Flame Romance, Life, Path, and Purpose. You can book that at my website, michellefondinauthor.com. This is the weekly Divine Feminine reading for Divine Feminines and light workers. Today is Friday, March 19th, 2021, and this reading is good for all week. How are you guys doing, Divine Feminines? Now, I like to do light work readings with Divine Feminines because if you've been doing your healing work for your twin flame journey, then the next step is working on your life path and purpose through your light work. So to that end, we pick 5 cards each week and we get a general theme on what you need to be focusing on. So per usual, I like to say a prayer over the cards. Dear God, Jesus, Holy Spirit, Mother Mary, Archangels, Angels of God, Divine Feminines, Guardian Angels, let this reading be of the highest light and love of God the Father. Let it bring light, love, and truth to everyone involved. Archangel Michael, please stand guard, casting away any lower energies with your sword of light. Romance Angels, Twin Flame Angels, please help Divine Feminines understand what they need to know to learn and grow this week. Okay, so we are going to pick one from the Fairy Tarot deck. If you're curious as to which decks I use for the Divine Feminine read, you can look at last week's reading. I'll put the link right here for last week's reading for Divine Feminines. And I have all of the boxes present there. So we're gonna get one for Divine Feminines here from the Tarot deck, the Fairy Tarot, and we are going to get, this is called the Love Oracle deck, and we are going to get one here for Divine Feminines. What do they need to know to learn and to grow? And some of these decks are rather thick, so shuffling is not super easy for a couple of these decks. This one too. This is the Work Your Light Oracle deck. And I've got the books present for a couple of them because a couple are brand new decks, or newer, I should say, brand new to me, newer decks, and sometimes I have a hard time interpreting some of the cards. Not all, just some. So I have the books there just in case. And we are going to get the last one from the Mystical Wisdom, which is a super pretty deck too, and a little easier to shuffle. So here we go, Divine Feminines. Excellent. Okay, so let's see what is happening here. Awesome. Okay, you know what's really funny is that I really feel like there's a lot of focus here this week on intuition and focusing on your inner light and your inner mission. I mean inner mission like I-N-N-E-R, your inner mission. So focusing on your intuition and exploring what you love. Now, here's the thing. We are always reading for exploring your light work, and I'm going to get the greater, bigger message here for you guys because in the mini messages, I really believe it comprises a great big meaning. And the first card that came up, and we got 2 that talk about trusting your intuition. So we got the High Priestess and the Owl, and the Owl says follow your intuition. Look at that. And I feel inspired to read the Owl card in the book because it says follow your intuition, but I really feel like I need to read, and it says you hold within you some of the qualities and traits of the owl. You may have fine-tuned your intuitive abilities, that sense of inner knowing, or you may have become strong-willed, perceptive, and wise. Learn from the silence of the owl's spirit, which offers lessons of stealth and poise in our everyday lives. If you are about to take on a new business venture or let go of some parts of your life that are no longer relevant, it is important that you become more observant. You cannot fool the owl, as he is aware of his surroundings at all times. With this message, you can follow your goals to prosperity and heed these qualities to live your life and dreams. One of the things that I keep getting from this particular reading, and I'm going to actually show you all of the cards, no worries, but the one theme that I'm getting from this reading is go back to age 6 or 7 when you are in deep reflection on what is my life path and purpose? What do I need to help and serve? And I feel like some of your gifts and talents, or maybe the things that you spoke about when you were 6 or 7 years old and said, hey, I want to be this, or I want to do this, I want to become this when I'm older. Sometimes when we express our needs, wants, desires, career aspirations, and goals when we are around age 6 or 7, they tend to be super truthful to who we are as a person. B, we have a tendency to have the adults around us redirect us from our path into the path that they believe is the best path for us. And what I want to say to that end is you need to go back. You need to go back because you gotta go back to what you love, and it's time to be adventurous and play. Now, when I see this, it's time to be adventurous and play, what I am seeing is that it's like children. So it's like children at play. And when you were a child and when you were playing as a child, did you worry necessarily about what others thought of you? Not necessarily. Did you worry if you were playing, for example, like, okay, I'm gonna play housekeeper, I'm gonna play doctor, or I'm gonna pretend I'm a firefighter, or when I was little, my sister and I would play actress all the time, and guess what I wanted to be when I grew up? An actress. So we literally would create theatrical productions in our basement, and we would sell tickets to the neighborhood children, and we would put on these full-on productions. And that is exactly what we wanted to do, and we didn't care what others thought. And it was funny because it's funny to think back at that now, but it was truly what we wanted to do. And in fact, it was probably me leading it because it's what I wanted to do. But I feel like you need to go back to that age, like 6 or 7, during that adventurous playtime, like the time when you were playful and adventurous and didn't have other people necessarily telling you how to play, how to be, how to act. And I really feel like as you move backward toward that play, as you move backward toward that time period in your life when anything was possible for you, I feel like you'll find more of your true calling. Because I feel like it's time to tune into that, really. I really feel like it's time to tune into that calling. Gosh, it's so weird because I'm just seeing this over and over again. And the starseed card came up and it says, what lights you up? See, this is more about what lights you up. What are you in love with? What can you play with? What are you adventurous with? And like follow that seed of intuition. Now I'm gonna read the starseed card because I am not familiar, and I know many of you are, sorry, with some of these like new agey type words. I am not particularly familiar with that. So starseed, I've heard it before. I'm not sure what it means. So I got starseeds are souls with a double mission: to raise their own consciousness and the consciousness of the planet. They are old souls who have incarnated elsewhere beyond this planet. Many starseeds arrive with a feeling that time is running out and that there is something that they came here to do or create or contribute. If you pull this card, it is to confirm that you are a starseed and you are being encouraged to answer the call. Follow what lights you up. Once awake, most starseed souls find it hard to have meaningless conversations, jobs, and relationships. They innately know that there is much more to life and feel that there is something more and get to work. They remain restless until they step into their calling, which is to light up the world with their unique presence. Starseeds are scattered all over the planet, in hospitals and schools, in slums and mansions, on stages and in edit suites, in parks and nightclubs, in taxis and theme parks. Many starseeds spend parts of their lives trying to fit in or in some form of spiritual closet. If you are dimming your light to fit in, it is time that you stop and start embracing the unique light that you came here to share, and treat your time on earth like a precious vacation. So I really feel that your inner calling is calling you, light worker and divine feminine. And I feel like it's just time. It's time to go within. It's time to listen to your intuition. And it's time to go back to the time where you were adventurous, playful, and fancy-free. And go back to that time, whether it was age 6, 7, 8, 5. It's usually around that time period, before hardcore education sets in. And I feel like you will find more of your calling if you revisit that period. And I really feel that is your work for this week, but your intuition is guiding you to that. So really go within, tune into your intuition, and allow your intuition to guide you to that time period. Allow your intuition to guide you to those sparks of talents and gifts within you that bring you the most joy. Because if you are filled with that joy, then you can transmit that joy to other people. If you are not filled with that joy with what you do in your light work, it's gonna be really hard to transmit that joy to others. So go back to that. Go back to doing what you love. And then you will be fulfilled and you will shine your light brighter out into the world. Now, if you're having a hard time listening to that intuition of yours, then it might be time to start a daily meditation practice. I say this in almost every single video now because I cannot emphasize it enough. You can take my meditation course, which the links are below to start on demand, or you can take it with anybody. But what I want you to know is that a daily meditation practice is going to help you tune in, fine-tune your intuition even more so that you can listen to your inner voice. You can listen to what lights you up, and you can trust that inner voice as true. And really, that is the key to going back to what you love and going back to what lights you up. So thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for subscribing to this channel below. Click on that bell, scroll up to all for all notifications. And thank you for giving the video a thumbs up. Thank you for sharing this video with other twin flames. And thank you so much for supporting this YouTube channel. You can buy a book or 2 or 3. You can join a boot camp, or you can pledge your support on Patreon, www.patreon.com/Michelle S. Fondin. And I will see you in the next video.